Hey, hello guys. So we are done with the changes last time when we let's continue where we left off the last time. So we have learned how to do the transformations, how to do the basic transformations here. We have done added some extra columns, whatever required as per your requirements. So we are done with this. So now let's understand how to use this. I'm happy with the model with these queries in the table, and let's do this and let's analyze the data. Analyzing it, what we need to do is we just need to once you are completed with the transformations, what you can do is you can click on close and load. Click on close and load. It will show you that it has now loaded all the tables. Let me just show you the how the model is looking now. It has loaded all the dimension tables one by one. You can see here all the tables have been loaded here. We have different dimension tables. We have one of the fact tables. So let's move the jump the fact table at the end go, so it will be more easier to understand. And we have dim manufacturer, we have dim geo, and similarly we have dim sales fact, and we have the dimension date as well before that. Let's order in this way. So now the point is we have loaded the data here into power into Excel. We revise the things back. What we have done using our data connector, we have connected data from database in Microsoft Access. We have done the required changes in Power Query Editor, and we have done all the transformations. We have created the dimension groups, fact group, and we have loaded after cleaning up whole data process. Now we have loaded the data here into our Excel sheet. Now what is our next purpose is to start doing analysis on this data, to create the pivot table and start analyzing the data. So now the point is, the first question which comes in my mind is how to create a pivot table based on the data which is in different tables. We have different tables here. So now the first point comes in mind is to how to create a pivot table based on multiple source tables. So how to do that? So in past, the only way of doing it was using a lookup, that you have to create a lookup, a fact table based on your sales fact table, and then you have to get the values from the other tables using the lookup. But that was a past option. Now we don't need to jump up there. So now what we can do? So you just need to go to the data menu option. The beautiful thing here given here is this relationships. Okay, so down below the relationships here in the data tools option, you will find this relationship options. Okay, so down below that you will find this power pivot window option. So what this power pivot window option, let me just showcase you that option first of all. If I go to power pivot window, it will showcase me the tables which are there in my relationships. If the relationship already exists, you can go and find out that relationship in the diagram view. Okay, but there is no relationship right now. So let me just show. Initially maybe you will find it blank as well. Okay, so what you just need to do is you just need to go onto this relationship option here. Click on this relationship option. Okay, that is called a data model which we are going to create here into Excel. Okay, a very important step when we need to analyze the data from multiple tables and combine them into a single pivot table. So you click on this relationship option and click on the new option. Okay, once you click on this, you will find this wizard open up. Click on new option. So as soon as you do that, it will ask you to select the table, the foreign key table. Okay, so if we look at the data model which we have, so inside that definitely we have to do use the sales fact table as our foreign key table. Okay, so use this table, and in I'll select this product ID as my foreign key, and the related table, my master table, is going to be my dim product table, and the column which is connected to this table, yes, product ID. So if I click on OK, if I click on OK, and this relationship found, and if we hit on close, for first time we are creating this relationship, and we hit on close, we are done with this. Now if you go to your, first of all, if you go to your pivot window, if you go to the power pivot window, and if you you will find the two tables here which we have selected, the product table and the sales fact table and the dim product table. We found both the tables here. And if we go to the diagram view, a beautiful thing given here, a diagram view option. If we go this here, we can find the relationship between these two tables. A wonderful option. It is denoting a 1-2 star. What exactly is the meaning of that? Let me explain you. This 1-2 star relationship means each product ID. for each product ID, which is serving as a primary key. So each product ID will have infinite value. It can be repeated infinite times into the sales fact table. Each product ID can be sold n number of times. So that's why there is a 1 to star cardinality relationship between these two. If you click on this, double click on this, it will show you the relationship, how the relationship has been managed between the two tables. Sales fact table product ID column and the product ID column of your dim product table, which is serving as a primary key. This product ID column in the dim product table. And this column of product ID is serving as a foreign key. Okay. If you are very new to this, if you are very new to SQL as well, no problem, but you can just understand this relationship in a very normal way, that each product ID will be unique. Each in the dim product will have each row will have a unique product ID, and the same product ID can be sold n number of times into a foreign key table. That's a sales fact table. Same product can be sold n number of times. So we are done with this. We are okay with this. We don't have any problem from this. So we can close this now. We are done. Now what we just need to do is, you can just jump up to anywhere in your new sheet, insert, click on insert, go to pivot table. It will ask you to select the table range, but you can select the table, but we don't want this table range this time. What we want this workbook's data model. You will get this option once you created the data model. You will not find this option until and unless you create the data model in your workbook. First, you have to create the data model, then you can use this option. We are done with this. Yes, okay. And now we got all the tables here. So if we see this relationship, if we go to the dim product table, and if I want to see my revenue sale category wise, go to sales fact table, go to revenue, we are getting the exact correct answers. Let me demonstrate you one more very important point here. If we don't have that relationship, then what will happen to this result? Let me just demonstrate you that as well. Okay, so go to your Power Pivot. Okay, and maybe if you can go to the analyze the data option as well. Sorry, once again, and click on this relationship. And if we select this relationship, maybe we delete it or deactivate it. As soon as we do it, let's see what happens in the result. Can you see the results? Now we are getting incorrect result answers. All category we are getting the same value. Okay, so that is why a data model, when you are loading data from multiple tables into to create a single pivot table, you need to have a proper relationship. You need to detect the proper relationship between the tables. Okay, so that's where the data model plays a very important role. Now we are getting it's showing me the incorrect answer. It's showing me the same value for each and every category of products, and even the grand total is same. That is not the correct answer. So what you have to do is just go to your relationship once again, make it if it is not there, then create it. We have already created it. So just activate it once again. As soon as you do it, you will get the correct, start getting the correct answers. So now you can go more deeper. If you want to more categorize it by like segment wise, you can just put it to segments and we can get the exact correct answers between the two tables. That's a very important step before you do any analysis or before you jump into create a charts which you will use into the dashboard. We have to create the proper relationship between the tables. It's not like that we used previously before we were using the lookups and all that stuff, which was very hectic. To get for finding a single value, we have to jump up between the multiple tables using the lookups. That is not required anymore. The best way is to find these relationships. Okay, so if you need to create any more relationships based on your columns, there should be a common column between the tables to create the relationship. For example, if I let me just demonstrate you one more thing. Let's say suppose if I use the geo table as well here, I want to select it region wise as well. So what it is saying here, that the tables are not connected to each other, and it is causing a problem because we have some, first of all, we have some blank values as well. And the problem is, you can see once again, we are getting the same values. We are getting the same values for each and every region. We are getting the same answers. That is not correct. What exactly the reason is? Once again, the reason is common. The reason is same, that the relationship does not exist between the tables. So what you can do is you can click on the auto detect button. If it says, if there will be a common column, it will identify the relationship itself. But if not, then you have to go and add some extra columns into the table to create the relationship. Okay. So what we can do is we can go and use the until and unless and one more important thing you can see here, once your table will be involved into a relationship, it will be named as a data model. Until and unless it is involved in the data model, it will be renamed as worksheet table. Worksheet table. You can see here all the other three tables are into worksheet table. And the three tables which we have involved in the relationship, now they are data model tables. I want the geo table, but sorry, not the geo table. I want the sales fact table to be my foreign key. I can use the zip column, and even I can go for a related table. It should be a geo table, and we can go and we can use the zip column. But this time, what it is saying, it will not allow us to create the relationship because both the tables have the duplicate values. Here in the geo zip table, zip column as well, we have the duplicate values. So first we have to go and add an extra column, which will resolve this issue. In the last demo, we have explained that how to resolve that issue to add an extra column, which will be giving you a region-wise sales. Then you can add a region column here into the sales fact table as well and create the relationship between these two tables. Okay, so that's fine. I'm okay with this. So what I'm doing is I'm removing this region right now from my requirement. So we are done with back to the previous model where we were having the category-wise sales for our uh, category-wise revenue, category and segment-wise revenue. So in this product table, we'll get exactly correct answers. We need to have a look at the manufacturer-wise. No problem. You can select the manufacturer as well, and you will get the perfect report created. So now using this, you can simply create a pivot chart. Just go here, go to your design tab, analyze tab, and create a pivot chart. Select the column chart. Done. We are getting the exact returns into a single moment of time. Okay, which makes it very simple. Now we just need to add some extra charts as per our requirements, and we'll jump up later on into the dashboard. So the data model always plays a very, very important role. Okay, so the data model lets you know how the tables are connected with each other. So you can go to Power Pivot, have a look over there. Your three tables are there inside this data model right now. You can go here, jump to the diagram view. You can check out the relationship. Right now, these two tables are not connected with each other. Okay. And if we need to create a proper data modeling diagram, generally which we follow into the data warehouse project, it may be a star schema or snowflake schema. I'm not going to discuss that much detail about that topic right now. Okay. So the point here is if you need to create the relationship between these two tables and any more, you need to have some extra column. You need to create some extra columns. Okay. So that's it. And if we summarize the things once again, how we have done it, maybe if you feel initially sometimes it is difficult to understand for the first time. So what we just need to do, I'm summarizing the things once again. When you load the data, when you load your data model, and one more question, when someone asked me that once I have loaded here, how to go back to Power Query. So go to your any of your table and go to your query and click on the edit button. It will open up the Power Query editor window once again. So open up the query section here. Whatever changes you want to make, you can you can make the changes here. Okay, and once you have done the changes, you need to close and load. Get the data here into your Excel, and then it will create multiple tables. What you have loaded from your data set, it will create the tables accordingly. And then when you need to create the pivot table, that is the most important thing. Before you create the pivot table, what you have to just do is you have to create the data model. For creating that data model only, we have jump up into Power Pivot. So initially it will be blank. Click on the relationships. Click on new relationships. It will show up this wizard. Select the tables, select the columns, and create the relationships. And your model will be properly working. Okay, so we have already seen without relationship what exactly was the issue. It was showing the same value for each and every segment. That was incorrect. So I think you will be definitely liking this video. If any queries, please put up in the query box. We are using the same data set, so this is not required for this video. Go and practice this, and please come up with your queries before we move up to the next section. So in the next session, our agenda will be creating more graphs. We'll be adding some more graphs, and finally we'll be moving forward to our main agenda, which is creating the dashboard out of that sale. So thank you. And one more last request. If you have still not subscribed the channel, I will request you to go and subscribe it. Thanks a lot.